WHCR, I am Crown Jules. This is the rock show. We're on the road. And we've come to Leeds to hang out with a very special guest. I would like to welcome Lizzy from Halestorm to the show.
Hey, everybody. Thanks so much for having me. I love your name, by the way. Crown Jules. That's awesome.
Thank you. So tell me, how is it being back on the road again?
Oh, it's so refreshing. We get a little antsy when we when we sit still. So, I mean, we've been kind of in close quarters for a while, just making the new record, and so now that it's done and we're back on the road, it's lovely. So I'm enjoying myself far too much.
Well, that's good to hear. You mentioned the new record. It's called The Strange Case Of.
Yes, correct.
And I read from the bio that I got from the label that it's kind of taken a bit of a different turn to the previous album.
A little bit. We basically we went into the record just saying, well, we're not going to box ourselves into anything. If there is a good idea, we'll do it, and we can always erase it later, but let's try everything. And because of that kind of freeing attitude, we started out the record writing some of the most aggressive songs that we've ever written, and I'm screaming my head off and using all sorts of different gears in my voice, and then halfway through I started writing some of the most personal songs I've ever written, and so we ended up with this crazy album that is very there's a lot of duality to it, and just very, very Jekyll Hyde, hence the title. But it's interesting because we're proud of it, because you can see so much of what we're capable of doing, and I learned a lot about myself on this record. So
it's amazing. I was just listening to it on the way in the car. Daughters of Darkness, awesome track.
Well, I love thank you so much. Thank you.
And my other favourite one, Love Bites and Rock Show.
Oh,
it's an anthem. I love it.
Thank you very much. Rock Show is a special one to me as well. That actually was inspired literally from a letter from a 13-year-old girl that we've gotten to know over the past couple of years, and she wrote me this letter about coming to our show and how it changed the course of her wanting to be in a band and play guitar, and long story short, she's actually an amazing guitar player. Right now she can play Eddie Van Halen's Eruption. I mean, she just went all out, and she wrote me this beautiful letter, and so I literally took this letter into one of our writing sessions and just said, we have to write this song for her, and lo and behold, Rock Show came out. So it's one of those things where I mean, a lot of those moments and those things that we took with us after being on the road for so long, we used a lot of that, and that inspired a lot of this record.
That's amazing. And for that girl to be, to have a band like you guys, having written a song about her and being inspired by her as well, because I think that's a pretty big deal.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
I mean, it's incredible to have these kids come to the rock shows and ask you advice, and also just, I don't know, just to see their reactions and their faces during the show. It's very crazy.
Well, there's a massive queue of people outside going all around the building. That is amazing.